Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hopkinton High School turf fields for our 2024-2025 spring season Hiller opener. As this evening we have Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity lacrosse taking on the Holliston Panthers in a TVL large matchup. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. Joe Frackleton on camera. And it's a pretty nice day today here at the Hopkinton High School turf fields. Temperatures are in the low to mid 50s, a little bit windy, so the wind could play a factor. But a great day to start off this 2024-2025 spring sports season. And what better way than to have a TVL large boys lacrosse matchup to do just that. The Hillers last year went 15-5-0. They went to the Division II state tournament and got all the way to the round of 16 before falling in a close road game, but it was a tremendous season by this Hiller boys lacrosse team, and they return a whole bunch of talent this year, so they will certainly have some big expectations to achieve some big things this year. Hillers are led by, of course, head coach Dan Norton, who now has above 100 wins as the Hiller head coach. As for Holliston, they went 9-11 last year. They also went to the round of 16 in Division III before being eliminated, but a great season by the Holliston Panthers as well, and they return a good amount of talent also. We are ready to get things started. Off to the center circle we go. Hillers in the white, Holliston in the red, and we are underway in the 2024-2025 spring season. Hillers working in Holliston territory as that's knocked out by Cal Rockwell. Here comes Holliston. With it for Holliston, that's Kellen Dietz. And we're going to get a side out here. Hillers will have possession. Pass by Sam O'Brien. I'd imagine this Hiller team, they're looking to strike early and often. They want to get things started off on the right foot here. Hiller is working it around the net. Rockwell gets it back to O'Brien. O'Brien looking to approach. O'Brien trying to get around the defender, takes it back out, brushes it over to Walkowitz. Walkowitz looking to close in, and it's scooped up. A save there by the goaltender. Goaltender for Holliston, number 31, the sophomore Sawyer Kelly. Hillers looking for possession once again in Holliston territory, but it's picked up by Lansdale. And now the goalie, Sawyer Kelly, will get rid of it. In net for the Hillers, you got Nate Burns, who was absolutely fantastic last season for the Hillers. Big expectations out of him this season as well. Picked up by Walkowitz. Hillers working along the far side. It's Lottie with it, Matt Lottie. Lottie closing in, takes a shot and a save there. Another big save by Kelly. Couple shots on net for the Hillers. Here comes Holliston looking to close in. A shot and a score, and it's the Holliston Panthers who strike first. That's Jack McGilligot, the senior, and he makes it a 1-0 game at 9:59 left to go in the first quarter. Well, that was a good burst up the field for the Panthers, and McGilligot taking it all the way to the house. Off the face-off, another face-off win by Goodman. Ball is loose. Holliston has it. Recovered by Nolan Flippin. Panthers looking to work their way up the field. Along the far side, that is number 7. We'll have to get a name for him. He was enlisted on the original roster. Now 37, Kyle Raffi with it. Over to Roby. Of course, in these early season games, you're gonna have some changes on the roster, some last-minute number changes, perhaps additions to the roster as well from the JV squad. Panthers rotating it around. They got a number 15 in there. Also didn't see him on the roster. And that's going to get by the unlisted 15. Out of play it goes. It'll be Hiller ball. Clock stopped at 8:52. Putting it back into play is Devin Morrissey. Here come the Hillers up the middle. Rushing up the field, that's Garin. Jake Garin, a member of the Hiller hockey team, had a nice season on the ice. CJ Taylor taking it around the net, gets it near side to Rockwell, and it gets away from him, but it will stay with the Hillers. Moving it along the near side now. Far side, looking to take it around is Taylor. Taylor in a battle behind the net. There's Taylor up against Dietz, and he's trying to close in and leave it out front for Murphy. It got away. Holliston has it. Picked up by McGurlnan. Here comes the Panthers. Firing it over McCurleen. And along the end line. Picked up by Jokum. Fired out by the goaltender there. Halfway through the first quarter. Along the far side, that's Morrissey. Hiller's working quickly here in Holliston territory. Sun's starting to peek out. So it's a big opening day for the Hillers today. Of course, we have this boys lacrosse game. And then tonight at 5:30 p.m., the first ever official regular season game for Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity volleyball, as they will take on Bellingham at the Hopkinton High School Athletic Center. Certainly nice to start that team off at home as Champlin gets it over. Out in front, and that was a good look in front of the net, but it just got away from Cal Rockwell. Last year they had an exhibition season, the Hopkinton Hillers boys volleyball team, and really it's kind of like a test out season. You test it out, see how it goes, and then decide if you're going to keep the program around and go official. And there was a lot of interest. The team performed really well, and they are now official. Closing in, there's a shot and a score for the Hillers. First goal of the season for Hopkinton is Matt Lottie. Matt Lottie with the strike at 6:16 left to go in the first quarter, and we are knotted up at 1 apiece. Good response after by the Hillers after that early goal by Holliston. Off the face-off. Holliston has it. Battle for it now, being batted around, picked up by Goodman. It's Hiller possession. Goodman's so good off those face-offs, really dominating the face-offs so far in this game. looking to close in, but drawing some contact. That was Garin. Fired up the near side, and out of play it goes. Hiller ball. Chase O'Donnell with it. O'Donnell looking for an opening, gets it over. Got Ryan Millard in the center. Now along the far side, Walkowitz. Putting on the moves, C.J. Taylor. C.J. Taylor, a new addition to the roster this season. Closing in, shot, and a score for the Hillers. Number 23, Tyler Walkowitz. A great score there for Walkowitz, and the Hillers have their first lead of the season at 5:19 left to go in the first quarter. Off the face-off, let's see if Goodman can win another one. Battle for it. He's going to go Holliston's way.
C.J. Taylor, new addition to the roster this season. Closing in, shot, and a score for the Hillers.
Panthers looking for a response as we close in on 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Over to Roby. Roby trying to get around the defender. He'll take it towards the middle. Gonna try to work his way in, long distance, and he's got a score. We are tied up. Alex Roby with the long distance shot. And we are knotted at 2 apiece. 4:43 left to go in the first quarter. Back and forth we go. I'll tell you, when it's Hopkinton and Holliston out there, it's always a battle. Speaking of battles, Goodman looking for the face-off win. And it's going to stay with the Hillers. With it, Champlin. Owen Champlin breaking all kinds of records last season. Most goals in a single season for the Hillers. Moves it up the near side to O'Brien. O'Brien gets it over. Here's Lottie. Oh, what's good about this Hiller group, they don't need to have a big presence in front of the net as we get another score there. Matt Lottie rushes in and booms it in, and it's a 3-2 Hiller lead at 3:57 left to go. Well, the Hillers, they have so many forwards that could get a good burst, get around the defender, and just absolutely fire it and come up with a big score. Holliston claims possession. With it, Nolan Flippin. Flippin looking to work his way up the near side. He's crowded by defenders. Gets it back. Now along the far side, that's Dietz. And he went offsides. Possession going to go to the Hillers. 3.5 minutes left to go in this action-packed first quarter. With it is Devin Morrissey. Moves it up over to Merkel. Now to Gratzos. Got Thano Gratzos. New addition to this team. Looking to close in. Looking for the shot, surrounded by defenders. It's scooped up by the keeper. Well, C.J. Taylor had quite a tail on them there. A lot of defenders following them, and then they crashed in front of them and were able to block that shot attempt. Yeah, you see the Panthers defenders starting to hang back towards the net more and try to stop those quick bursts by the Hillers, working their way in and getting those shots off from in front. Long pass and a good catch out in front and around to the back. That was Emmett Flippin. And a shot there, good save by Burns. That's shot by Jack Underwood. Panthers maintain possession. Looking to close in. Gets it over, and out of play it goes. Hiller ball. Morrissey with it, gets it to Burns. And Burns will unleash it. Nice feed to Garin. Garin working the middle, gets it over to the right side of Lottie. Lottie up the sideline to Taylor. Taylor gonna bring it around. Up behind the net now doing battle. He'll switch it up towards the near side of Rockwell. Back to O'Brien now. O'Brien's with the centering pass to Taylor. Or that's Del Ponte, rather. Or Champlin, excuse me. Here's Owen Champlin. Gets it over. There's a shot, and it's stopped. Good block by the keeper. I believe that was Lottie on the shot attempt. Hillers maintained possession. Picked up by O'Brien. Looking to close in, and there's a shot, and it's turned away. That was Champlin on the attempt. Hillers maintain. That's a good job by the Hillers along that back line, keeping the possession. Lottie gets it in front. A shot there and a save. A good save as Cal Rockwell rushed the net. But the goalkeeper, Sawyer Kelly, was ready for him. And now it's loose along the far side. We're going to get a flag. It looks like we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be against the Hillers. I believe it was a push. So it's a technical push call, 30-second penalty. And it was on Sam O'Brien. So Holliston will have the man advantage. Hopkinton girls over in Holliston for their season opener. Try to check in on them. Panthers working it around. Centering pass. Thinking about it was Roby, but he takes it back out now, gets it over. Looking to crash in, a shot and a score. Number 15 for Holliston. Again, we got to get a name for that number 15, but he scores with just 4 seconds left, and we are tied back up at 3 apiece. Well, the Panthers able to take advantage of the power play opportunity. They get the score, and we're knotted up at 3. Off the face-off. Battle for it. Only 1.2 left on the clock, so whoever has it ain't going to be able to do a whole lot here. Maybe a quick pass and shot. Whistle is back in. There's a shot, and that'll do it for the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play here in the season opener, it's the Hopkinton Hillers 3, the Holliston Panthers 3. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Be sure to check out HCAM's must-see TV Wednesdays, featuring brand new premieres and our weekly series that keeps you up to date with Hopkinton HCAM news. Also, the weekly series that breaks down your favorite local sports team, HCAM Sports Talk, and the show that keeps you up to date on the Tri-Valley League, TVL Sportsnet. That's must-see TV Wednesdays on HCAM.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
Welcome back to the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready to continue on into the second quarter. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you for the spring season home opener. Hopkinton Hillers, Holliston Panthers, Joe Frackleton on camera, and it's a great battle we got going on here this evening. A 3-3 game. Panthers started off with a score. Hillers responded. And then another Hiller score made it 2-1. Holliston responded to that to retie the game at 2. Hiller scored at 3:57 to make it 3-2, and then Holliston scores with just 4 seconds left in the first quarter, and here we are, 3-3. We've switched ends. And with possession is the Hillers, working left to right across your screen. Jake Garin with it, gets it to the near side of Taylor. Taylor gonna bring it around. Over to Rockwell he goes. That's out to Champlin. To close in. Here he goes, O'Brien. Sam O'Brien around the defender, ball knocked out. And it's picked up by the keeper. That was a good job by Kelly there, but it looks like the Hillers are going to get it back. As Kelly's pass knocked away. Looking to close in. And it's knocked out once again, a loose ball. We're going to have a flag. I believe it's going to be against the Panthers. And it's going to be a slashing call. That's a 1-minute penalty for Holliston. So a big opportunity here for the Hillers. He was on number 7 for Holliston. Owen Champlin gets it to Lottie. Back to Champlin now. To O'Brien. Hillers trying to confuse those defenders in the middle. Nice feed in front, and it's put in. Cal Rockwell pulls it down and bashes it in. The Hillers take advantage of the power play and make it 4-3 at 10:20 left to go in the second quarter. Well, you needed a long stretch to bring that one down, and then he just slams it right in. That was a great feed to Rockwell out in front by Champlin. Hillers with possession once again, working along the far side. So both teams have been able to take advantage of a penalty so far. Ryan Millard with it. Millard gets it over to Champlin. Back to Millard. Miller looking to work past the defender. There's a shot, and it's a good save. That shot by Chase O'Donnell. Another nice save by Sawyer Kelly. That's been the difference maker for Holliston. There's some good saves by Kelly. Kelly gets it to the far side, and out of play it goes. Went off the net of Charlie Lansdale. It's going to be Hiller ball. Champlin with it. Centering pass to Millard. Now near side, Walkowitz. Over to Taylor. Putting on the moves is C.J. Taylor. Back up to Walkowitz. Now to Millard, and now far side to Champlin. Champlin gets around the defender. Back to Millard, got away. Walkowitz is there though. Walkowitz trying to rush in, takes it back out, finds Millard. Millard feeds it over. Champlin was looking for a long distance shot there. He thought twice about it. Over to Goodman. Back up to Champlin he goes. Well, Champlin, he's a threat to shoot from just about anywhere on the field. Here he goes, crashing in, gets it in front, and a score for the Hillers. Champlin finds Rockwell once again, and Rockwell gets the job done. Another terrific feed from Champlin, and another tremendous score for Rockwell. The Hillers lead it 5-3, 8:02 left to go in the second. Off the face-off. An extended battle for it. It was a good effort by Thano Granzos as he knocked it away a couple times. Now towards the sideline. Out of play it goes. It's going to be Hiller ball. Garin with it. He has all kinds of speed. Nice move there. Garin may crash in. Here he goes. Towards the net. Shot, and it's blocked. A good save there, and now a battle for possession. Knocked out of the grasp of Scaramella, and the Hillers have it back. That was a good job by Garin, giving him some contact there. Hillers able to get it right back. Looking to take charge here in this second quarter. Here's Lottie. On the far side, Goodman. Goodman looking to put on the moves. Crashing in, and he scores! Cooper Goodman, nothing's gonna get in his way. 6-3 Hillers. Well, the Hillers putting on a show in this second quarter. And Cooper Goodman with a beauty of a goal there. At 6:42 left to go in the second. 6-3 Hillers, all Hillers so far in the second frame. Champlin moves it up to Taylor. Taylor to Goodman. Goodman. Moves it up the far side towards Millard. And now here's Dacey. Ryan Dacey rushing in. Looking for the centering pass, and it was just off the mark for Rockwell. Picked up along the far side, however, by Millard. Hillers maintain possession, now trying to bring it around Goodman. Goodman takes a couple shots, able to maintain possession. Gets it behind the net, back to Goodman on the give and go, and a big hit there. Will that draw a call? Well, it was a nice feed to Taylor. Taylor back to Goodman. Goodman trying to pop it in. And it's going to be, now we're going to get a penalty. It looked like after the fact, though. But it's Holliston ball. So I'm not sure what the penalty's about. Okay. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct call on number 15, Cooper Goodman, it looks like. So that'll be a 1-minute penalty. So Holliston with the man advantage. Flippin gets it over. Panthers working it around the net. Back out to the far side now. Looking to feed it over, gets away from his intended target. Roby rolling towards the sideline. It's stalled. It's going to stay with Holliston. Panthers looking to take advantage of this power play opportunity. Centering pass to Roby. There's a shot. And it's deflected out of play. Good save by Nate Burns. Feeds it out. On the far side, picked up by number 15 there. Centering pass to Roby. And it gets away. Battle for it behind the net. Into the box it goes. Hiller ball. Yeah, that was a nice job by Devin Morrissey contesting behind the net. Gets the Hillers the turnover. And now here comes Sam O'Brien. That was Garin, rather. And it looks like as he's coming up, we're going to get a timeout. 4:22 left to go in the second quarter. It is the Hopkinton Hillers 6, Holliston Panthers 3. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back in. There on your screen, a look at our upcoming HCAM Hiller broadcast schedule. Boys lacrosse right now against Holliston, and tonight we'll have the debut of Hopkinton Hillers boys volleyball as they take on Bellingham. Ready to continue on off the timeout. 4:20 and counting left to go in the second quarter. A nice feed over to Champlin. Champlin looking to crash in, takes it, and just off the mark. It's going to be Holliston ball. Well, the Hillers took the timeout, drew it up. Champlin fires a little outside there. Dietz moves it up. And picked up by Roby. And now we're going to get a timeout by the Panthers. They want to try to draw something up. 3:50 left to go in the second quarter. Hillers 6, Holliston 3. You are tuned in to Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM.
Bay Path may have outgrown its space, but not its mission. We need your help to build a new facility that matches our capabilities and dedication. Join us and help ensure we can continue to provide exceptional care and find loving homes for animals for years and years to come. Thank you.
We are ready to continue on off the Holliston timeout. A 6-3 Hiller lead. Hillers have all 3 goals of the second quarter. And here we go, off the timeout. Let's see what the Panthers drew up. McGilligot with it. Closing in, takes the shot, and a save by Burns. Good save there, kind of batted it in the air and then scooped it up. Hillers quickly upfield. Hillers, they are very quick to get up into Holliston territory. With it is Goodman. They've had good passing here in this first game of the season. You know, typically the passing may be a little off to start things off, but not with this Hiller team today. They're passing very good. Along the far side, Champlin looking to close in. Champlin gets it over. Now with it is Lottie. Behind the net he goes to Goodman. Back to Lottie. Back to Champlin. Champlin trying to dance around the defender. Moves around him, gets it over. There's a shot, and just off the mark by the captain, Sam O'Brien. Captains this year for the Hillers, Nate Burns, Sam O'Brien, Owen Champlin. Hillers maintain possession. CJ Taylor looking to close in. Oh, big push there, it's knocked out. And we get a flag. Let's see what this is about. Ooh, things get a little chippy here. Some hot heads to start off this spring season. We're going to have a Holliston penalty. Looks like it's going to be against Jack McGilligot. Unnecessary roughness call, 1 minute penalty. And much appreciation to these wonderful officials who are making the penalty calls loud and clear so we could hear them. Here's Matt Lottie. Over to Champlin. Now to O'Brien, back to Champlin. Looking for Lottie, it's knocked away and taken away. Good steal by Dietz. Kellen Dietz gets it back to the keeper. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the first half. Fires it up. And we'll get a Holliston timeout. 1:39 left to go in the second quarter. Hillers maintaining the 6-3 lead on HCAM. This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school. HCAM programming is brought to you in part by Maine Pizza and Grill. Made fresh, made local at Bill's on Main. You can visit them online at bomainhopkinton.com. Welcome back into the sunny Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready to continue on off the timeout. I know our cameraman, Joe Frackleton, very happy the sun is shining. .139 left to go in the quarter. And here we go. Let's see what Holliston drew up. With it is Roby. Roby takes it far side. Working against Yoakum. Moves it up. Gets it back over to the unlisted number 15, who will try to get a name of at the half. Along the near side now, McGilligot gets it over. Panthers trying to shift those defenders around. McGilligot looking to crash in, takes it back out. Over to number 7 now. And that shot just wide. 28 seconds left on the clock. Holliston maintains possession. Here's McGilligot. Takes the shot. It was deflected. Loose ball out in front, picked up by Burns. Burns moves it up to Goodman. Goodman looking for the long pass along the far side. Batted by Keeler, and did it go out? It did. It looks like it's going to stay with the Hillers. 8 seconds left on the clock. They'll have to work very quickly here. And we'll get a timeout. Hillers want to talk about things and try to draw something up to try to wrap up this second quarter with a goal. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hiller Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. And we'll keep things right here and let you get a glimpse of the Hiller roster while they have their timeout chat. We are ready to continue on off the Hiller timeout. 8.3 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. We'll see what Coach Norton drew up here. This year's coaching staff, you got Dan Norton, Chris Frazier, Trevor Drake, Ken Gates, Matt McIntyre, Mark Senecal, and Jim Norton, who is the father of Dan Norton. Team managers Danny Boulos and Ian Peterson. Here we go, Champlin closing in, looking for the shot, and he rips it in at the buzzer! What a beauty of a drop that was. Owen Champlin with the buzzer beater right in the very last second to put the Hillers up by 4, heading into the halftime break. And there is no better momentum boost than a buzzer beater into the halftime break. The Hillers net 4 goals in the second quarter. Holliston nets 0. And at the halftime break, it's the Hillers 7, Holliston 3. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. Stay tuned. We'll have the latest Hiller highlights coming your way, and you'll get to see how they wrapped up their incredible winter season. You are tuned in to the Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse season opener on HCAM. To end their regular season, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne Girls Varsity Hockey Co-op hosted Franklin. John Ritz was at the New England Sports Center to stream the action. The game ended in a 1-1 tie. Hopkinton DS ends their regular season with 10 wins, 8 losses, 2 ties, and secured a playoff spot. On Tuesday, February 25th, to start the playoffs, 26th-seeded Hiller Boys Basketball hosted 39th-seeded Somerville in a Division II preliminary round matchup. Wally Henneberry and Steve Spector were on the call.
Griffin on him. Gets the ball over to Mitch Simulus. Simulus back out to Williston for the three.
Oh, he'll take it. Hits it.
Williston putting the ball in, looking somewhere deep, gets it over Jackson Canales. And there it is. 3 for Mitch Simulus, and he has 5 points.
Tough.
A little put it in the out right there underneath the basket on the inbound play.
Pretty good. That's a pretty
Smooth
6'1"
play.
and plays bigger than that. Oh, that's
Three-pointer for Marcinowski.
that was clutch. Big time.
Big one right there. Get it in. Marcinowski out high. Gets it back over to Dejan. Dejan to Cho. Cho's looking around to the Dejan. Back to Cho. Gonna pull things out. Williston for a long 3.
Oh.
Hits it. Julie Alstrom back in. Canales is in. Cho's back in. Mitch Simulus in the game. There's August. Over to Cho. Cho's looking. Gets over to Simulus for 3. Oh. And he hits it. Big 3-pointer for Mitch Simulus. And he's got 8 points.
Hopkinton took the 64-45 win and advanced to the round of 32. Also that Tuesday, 20th seeded Hopkinton visited Canton Ice House for a round of 32 matchup versus 13th seeded Medfield. Here's what happened. Pearson flying up the ice into the left circle, sends it to the slot. It's deflected away. What a busy period it has been for both goaltenders. Sent up by Beeler. And now along the end boards. And are Arthur puts it off a defender, sent out in front. That puck like a ping pong ball in this series just being sent all around. There's a shot, and what a wrister by Michaela McDonald, who finds the seam, sticks side, and pops it in for Medfield with 45 seconds left. That was just a beauty of a score by Michaela McDonald. Set kind of a saucer-like shot to the net and was able to find the open gap, stick side, to make it 1-0 with under a minute left in this first period for the Hiller boys over Somerville. And now there's a shot, and it's turned away. Parker Cathan closed in, snuck in there, took the puck, and tried to wrist one in field, and coming away with it's going to be Lucy Jean. Jean working past the defender, into the high slot, wrister, into the end boards it goes, and now along the side of the net, trying to stuff it in, and it's turned away. Along the corner, sent out by Rivera. Back to the blue line, Gone takes a swing and a miss, and it's sent up the ice by Carlson, and that'll do it for the second period. An action-packed ending to the second frame. Congratulations to the Warriors for advancing to the round of 32 in Division III boys basketball. Jammed up along the near side. And that is sent in front of the net and backhanded in. What a feed, what a shot. Lexi Gwindon with an absolutely perfect pass to Leah Carlson, and Carlson backhands it in. McPherson is back after her short break. Jean moves it up, and now the pass out, and it's going to be intercepted by Maybe Kelly, and she pops it in from the high slot. That'll give Medfield a 3-0 lead at 6:29 left to go. And it's turned away. And a great stop there, sent up the ice. Into the net it goes. Icing on the cake for the Medfield Warriors. Brooke Riley gets score number 4 for the Warriors.
Hopkinton Dover Sherborne ends their incredible season 10-9-2 as Medfield takes the 4-0 win. On Thursday, February 27th, 19th-seeded Hiller boys hockey visited 14th-seeded Falmouth. They would end up falling 4-3 in double overtime. The Hiller boys ended an incredible season with 9 wins, 10 losses, and 2 ties. Also on Thursday, February 27th, Hiller boys basketball played their round of 32 game at 7th-seeded Masconomet. The Hillers fell to Masconomet 77-59. The Hillers ended their season with a very impressive record of 14-8. On Friday, February 28th, 17th-seeded Hiller girls basketball visited 16th-seeded Lincoln Sudbury for a round of 32 matchup. It was a good back-and-forth battle, but Lincoln Sudbury took the win 45-39. The Hiller girls end their season with 12 wins and 9 losses. Congratulations to Coach Greco and the team on an incredible season.
Welcome back to the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are just about ready to start the second half. 12 minutes on the clock, and we are ready to go. In the center circle, Carter Goodman for the Hillers up against number 7 for Holliston. And we are underway here in quarter number 3. Here comes Max McCurlin, gets it over. 15 for Holliston, over to 7. Apologies, we don't have names for those players. We were trying to get them at the half, but so far, no such luck. As that pass got away from the intended target, Pierce Duncan, and it's going to be Hiller ball. Here comes Jake Guerin. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call for the season opener. Joe Frackleton on camera. It was a tremendous second quarter for the Hillers. They outscored Holliston 4-0 and had a beauty of a buzzer beater by Owen Champlin. And they are looking to continue that success here in the second half. Hillers with possession, working right to left across your screen. O'Brien with it. Champlin looking to close in. Gets it over, a shot and a score! Matt Lottie rips it in for his third goal of the game. So you can mark him down for a hat trick. That makes it a 8-3 game at 10:41 left to go in the third quarter. And the Hillers going to work. Off the face-off. Over to McCurleen. Gets it back. Here comes the center, number 7. Looking to close in, takes it back out. Curling moves it near side. Panthers having a tough time finding their way around these Hiller defenders. Well, on the far side, that's Underwood. And he is surrounded by defenders. Ball knocked out. Hillers have it. Guerin picks it up. Flying up the field, looking for Rockwell. Gets away from him. It's going to go Holliston's way. Went out of bounds along the sideline. Here comes the Panthers. And it's intercepted along the far side, looking to close in. And knocked away. Holliston gets it back. It was a good interception by C.J. Taylor, but it was knocked out of his net. Now a battle for it. Loose ball picked up in the center circle by Goodman. Hillers are feeling it now. They can smell the blood in the water. They want to close this one out. Goodman moves it back to Champlin. Champlin looking to close in. Around the defender, takes the shot, and it's a save. Well, good shot by Champlin, but a nice save by Sawyer Kelly. Here comes Holliston. Flying up the field is Emmett Flippin, surrounded by defenders, however. Flippin moves it back to McGilligot. McGilligot going to call it out. Sends it over. Shot blocked. Hillers have it. Picked up by Burns. Good block there. I'm not sure if it was the defender or Burns who got a piece of it. And misfire by O'Brien towards Yoakum. He'll go back to Holliston. Panthers need to get something going to hang around in this game. Hillers up by 5. 7.5 minutes and counting left to go in the third quarter. Ball is out and reclaimed by Roby. Well, that was good pressure by Quinn Keeler. Fires it over. Back to 15 now. Over to McGilligot. McGilligot takes the shot and a save by Burns. Nice save there by Burns as he gets it over to Morrissey. Looking to move it up the near side, Merkel. Ball knocked out once again, picked up, but we have a whistle as Quinn Keeler picked it up. Looks like it's gonna stay with Holliston. Do we have a timeout here? Looks like we may have a timeout. 6:50 left to go in the third quarter. Hillers leading Holliston 8-3 on HCAM. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back. We are ready to continue on off the timeout. 6:50 left to go in the third quarter. An 8-3 lead for the Hillers. Here's Millard. And batted out of play. Millard gets it over to Wakowitz. Now on the far side, Chase O'Donnell moves it up. Now Goodman has it behind the net. Goodman looking to work the defender. Fires it out to Millard. Now Wakowitz. Wakowitz looking to crash in. Bangs off the defender and gets it over to Cal Rockwell. And Rockwell just waiting along the side of the net, pops it in. A beauty of a setup, a great pass, and a nice score for the Hillers at 6:01 left to go in the third quarter. Hillers up by 6. Carter Goodman in the face-off circle, up against number 7 for Holliston. And the Panthers win the face-off that time. Along the far side, McGilligot. I'll tell you, the Hillers, I mean, they're looking like they're in mid-season form today. Great passing, great shots, excellent communication out there, and that's why, quite frankly, they're up by 6 right now. Everything is clicking for this Hiller team so far. Here's Flippin. Looking to close in, a misfire there to his intended target. Hillers have the turnover. Well, if you're the Hillers, that's what you want to do. Just keep that momentum going. Burns fires it up. Pass over now to Guerin from Keeler. Guerin takes it up, moves it over to Taylor. Taylor is thinking about it, and now actually with that was Goodman along the sideline, and he'll get it over. Matt Lottie fires it to Champlin. O'Brien gets it down to Rockwell. And now over to Goodman. Goodman looking to maneuver past the defender, and he'll move it back out there. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien looking to turn and burn. There's a shot, and it's off the net of the keeper. Good save by Sawyer Kelly. It'll stay with the Hillers, however. 4:15 and counting left to go in this third quarter. Here's Champlin. Champlin gets around the defender, looking to squeeze through. Takes a shot and rips it in! Owen Champlin, the champ of scoring for the Hillers, makes it 10-3 at 4:01 left to go in this third quarter. Well, it was a back and forth first quarter, a 3-3 first quarter. It was a 4-0 second quarter, and so far a 3-0 third quarter in favor of the Hillers. Off the face-off, we get a flag. I believe this is going to be against Hopkinton. It's going to be a cross-check. They'll get Carter Goodman with the call. It'll be a minute penalty, so Holliston with the man advantage. Well, the Panthers certainly need to take advantage of this opportunity. There's a shot off the mark. It was a good look for number 15 for Holliston, but a little off the mark there. Panthers maintain possession. Along the far side, knocked out of the grasp of Underwood. Contesting him was Yoakum. Panthers able to get it back with the side-out call. There's a shot and deflected off the stick of Morrissey. Morrissey with a nice block on the Underwood attempt. Panthers maintain. McGilligot gets it over. Back to McGilligot, who's trying to squeeze it in. What a save by Burns. Burns gets it to Guerin. Guerin flying up the far side. Ripping past the defender. There's only 22 seconds left on the Hiller penalty. Guerin trying to squeeze through defenders, gets around him. Yeah, that was just clock burning there. Try to get rid of that penalty. Get your guy back. Walkowitz. 3 seconds left on the penalty. Walkowitz, he ain't gonna wait. He's rushing in. Takes it around the net. Brings it back out. Now over to O'Donnell. With it is Rockwell, look out. Rockwell, he's showing having an absolute cannon. To Millard. Millard putting on the moves, looking to crash in. Over to O'Donnell. O'Donnell around the defenders. Gets it over, knocked out. Ball is loose, battle for it. And we'll get a traffic jam. It's going to be Panthers ball. The penalty did expire, so a good penalty kill by the Hillers. Ball knocked out. Hillers have it. Picked up by Brady Champlin. Gets it over. There's an opening. Looking to crash in. Takes the shot, and it's a save. That was Cooper Goodman on the shot attempt. Another nice save there by Sawyer Kelly. Under 2 minutes left in this third quarter. And the Hillers, they came ready to play today. Nice hit delivered there. I'll tell you, the Hillers, they've been the more physical team. They're challenging each and every possession the Panthers got, and they're being aggressive. There's a shot and a well-needed score for Holliston. That was Jack McGilligot. That's his second score of the game. He scored the first goal at the very beginning, and he gives his Holliston Panthers a well-needed score at 1:30 left to go in the third quarter. It's now a 10-4 game. So that's the first goal for Holliston since the first quarter. Here's Scaramella. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout call. 1:21 left to go here in the third quarter. Hillers 10, Holliston 3. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse on HCAM. HCAM Sports is supported by our viewers and by the Dentist at Hopkinton. The Dentist at Hopkinton provides services including comprehensive dental care, same-day crowns, facial aesthetics, periodontal care, cosmetic dentistry, and implant dentistry. The Dentist at Hopkinton is located at 77 Main Street and online at hopdent.com. We are ready to continue on off the timeout. A 10-4 Hiller lead. Holliston with possession, 1:21 left to go in the quarter. Here they come. With it for the Panthers, Roby moves it over. That's McGilligot with it. McGilligot gonna bring it around. McGilligot looking to sneak in there. Brushes it out, ball is loose, picked up. Panthers maintain. Good scoop by Underwood. Over to the center now, number 15. 45 seconds and counting left to go in the quarter. Fires it behind the net, looking to sneak around, takes it in, it's deflected. Pierce Duncan on the shot attempt. Stays with Holliston, 31 seconds left. Gets it over, looking to close in, and that shot is wide by Roby. Panthers maintain possession. Flings it out, loose along the sideline. Stopped by Duncan, he picks it up. Back to McGilligot. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. Roby fires it over, and it's bobbled. A little fumble there, and out of play along the sideline. Hiller ball. 1.3 left on the clock. So they'll try to fire long distance here. Champlin to the net, and it's wide. That'll do it for the third quarter. Hillers outscore Holliston 3-1 in the quarter. They lead it 10-4 as we head to the fourth quarter You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Lacrosse season opener on HCAM.
Be sure to check out HCAM's must-see TV Wednesdays featuring brand new premieres and our weekly series that keeps you up to date with Hopkinton HCAM news. Also, the weekly series that breaks down your favorite local sports team, HCAM Sports Talk, and the show that keeps you up to date on the Tri-Valley League, TVL Sportsnet. That's must-see TV Wednesdays on HCAM. HCAM programming is brought to you in part by Weston Nurseries. Weston Nurseries has been selling plants since 1923 and features locations in Hopkinton, Lincoln, Hingham, and Chelmsford. You can visit them online at westonnurseries.com.
All right, folks, welcome back. 12 minutes on the clock. We are ready for the fourth quarter. A 10-4 Hiller lead as we enter the final frame. Carter Goodman up against number 7 for Holliston in the center circle. And Panthers with possession for now, but it's knocked loose. Hillers get it back. Picked up by Carter Goodman. And here come the Hillers. Guerin moves it to Goodman. Goodman gets it over. Well, you got the Goodman brothers on the team, Carter and Cooper. Cooper was here last year. I don't believe Carter was. Here's Owen Champlin, and it's knocked loose in front of the net. Holliston has it. Well, the Panthers, they're going to try to work quickly here. They got some catching up to do. Along the far side, Greenberg. He's contested. Ball knocked loose, and it's picked up by number 15 for Holliston. Over to Raffi. Now McGilligot. With it Underwood. Ball loose, picked up. Gets it over. Here's McGilligot. Looking for some space. Ball knocked loose. Hillers have it. Oh, it's knocked loose once again, but the Hiller is able to claim it. That was a good steal by Nolan Iorici, and then it was knocked loose from his grasp. Morrissey picks it up. And here come the Hillers quickly in Holliston's zone. Picked up by Rockwell. Rockwell gets it over. Champlin thought about it. Champlin along the sideline. And you know, the Hillers, they could take their time here. They got a nice comfortable lead. They don't have to rush. They could wait for that right moment, especially if Holliston's going to hang back and not try to contest them. There's a shot turned away. Loose ball. Still loose. Poked up the sideline. Battle for it continues. And just brushing it up the field, Charlie Lansdale. Lansdale gets it over to McGilligot. McGilligot moves it back to Roby. Roby to McGilligot. Roby Closing in, and that shot's wide. Holliston will maintain. 9 minutes left on the clock. Looking to close in, Duncan. Gets it over, a nice feed. That shot blocked. What a block by Burns as Underwood rushed in front of the net. We get a stoppage. Looks like we had an illegal push. It's going to stay with Holliston. McGilligot takes the shot, it's wide. McGilligot trying to rip it in, deflected off of Burns. Along the far sideline it goes. Went out of play. It's going to stay with Holliston. Ruby looking to get it out in front. Loose ball picked up by Panthers. McGilligot with a shot there and a nice save by Burns. That shot had some heat on it, but Burns able to take it off the leg and keep it out. Sam O'Brien closing in, feeds it out in front, and the ball knocked away. It was a good feed by O'Brien, but forward in front got absolutely leveled there. This is C.J. Taylor. Took a couple big hits from a couple Panther defenders, and he'll give one right back. But we do have a flag on the field, and that's going to be an illegal hit on C.J. Taylor. Probably taking out some frustration from the big shot he took out in front of the net. It's going to be against Cooper Goodman. So it actually wasn't the C.J. Taylor hit that drew the penalty. It was Cooper Goodman. Panthers with possession and the man advantage. Looking to work quickly here. McGilligot, that shot a little too high. He'll stay with the Panthers. With it is Underwood. Gets it over to Roby. Now along the far side, McGilligot. Gets it over and popped in by number 15 for Holliston. A well-needed score there for the Panthers, and that keeps them somewhat in this game as they're on a two-score streak. That goal comes at 7:23 left to go, and it's a 5-point game. Well, the Hillers, they need to get the momentum back. You don't want to let Holliston back in this one, so an important face-off coming up right here. Holliston claims possession. Number 7 with it for the Panthers. Gets it over. Well, if Holliston's able to get another score in the near future, that's certainly going to lift up the sideline. Gilligot gets it over. You see the Panthers being extra careful with their possessions. They don't want to give up those turnovers they were giving up early in the game, but we have a loose ball here, and the Hillers have it. Picked up by the speedster, Jake Guerin, flying up the sideline. If you're the Hillers, you're going to hang on to it and take your time. He'll roll it over to Lottie. Sam O'Brien back into the game. The Hillers are going to make this defense pursue. And it's getting to that stage where it's late in the game, and if you're Holliston, you're not just going to be able to hang in front of the net anymore. You're going to have to pursue the ball handler. Here's Lottie. Lottie gets it over. Around the defender he goes. Shot in! Tyler Walkowitz with a beauty. Just what Hillers needed there. They get a score at 5:56 left to go in this fourth quarter, and they're back up by 6. Brady Champlin in on the faceoff. And it's knocked loose. Battle for it. Hillers have it. Picked up by Keeler. Keeler gets it over. And the attempted pass from Aya Ritchie to Rockwell knocked down. Panthers have it coming up the far side. Lights starting to come on here at the turf fields. Yeah, battle between Charlie Lansdale and Quinn Keeler, and we get a timeout. 5:29 left to go in the fourth quarter. Hillers 11, Holliston 5. A good battle here in the season opener of Hopkinton Hiller Spring Sports on HCAM.
This program is brought to you in part by TVLSports.net. You can view the standings, stories, pictures, highlights, and more about the 12 teams in the Tri-Valley League at TVLSports.net. TVLSports.net is an independent news and media website reporting on the TVL and is not associated with the MIAA, Tri-Valley League, or any town or school.
Off the timeout, 5:29 left to go in this fourth quarter. Tom Nappy, happy to be with you on the call. Joe Frackleton on camera. An 11-5 Hiller lead. They are looking to hold that lead, but the Panthers have other ideas. Along the near side. With it is number 36, Jack Underwood. Gets it over to Flippin. Flippin looking to rush in. Gets it behind the net. Feeds it over. McGilligot thought about it, rushing in, trying to get around the defender. Well, it was a nice job staying with him for now by Brady Champlin. There's a shot, and it's going to be a nice save for Burns. Looks like Burns wants to unload this one. And a little trickery there as he goes near side. Theo Muzzy with it. There's Muzzy. Moves it up to Taylor. Now you see Holliston being a little bit more aggressive now with the game getting later and later, trying to attack the ball handler a little bit. Taylor closing in, and out in front, over the net he goes. It'll stay with the Hillers, getting to that back line, Cooper Goodman. Goodman looking to box out the defender. And takes the shot, and it's in. What a beauty. Cooper Goodman. A nice maneuver there. Able to get around the defender and slide it in at 3:57 left to go here in the fourth quarter. And that is Goodman's second goal of the day. Here we go, off the face-off, Holliston possession. Under 4 minutes left to go in regulation. I want to say number 7 might be Caleb Greenberg. Greenberg was listed as 17, but I believe that might be who number 7 is. Roby gets it over. And ball knocked loose, but it is scooped up by Roby. And the Hillers have the interception as Theo Muzzy picks it off. Up the near side he goes to Gratzos. Gratzos gets it over. Closing in. There's a shot turned away. That was a good shot by Taylor. Had a nice look. Ball brushed out. It's going to stay with the Hillers. Approaching 3 minutes left to go. There's Walkowitz. Over to Millard. There's Sad O'Donnell. O'Donnell. Around the defender, takes the shot, and a good save there. It's deflected out. And pushes delivered by Millard. Holliston able to maintain possession. Oh, we're going to get a flag. It's going to be against the Hillers. I think it might be a slash. A push. So push against Walkowitz. 30-second penalty. Actually, we got a couple penalties. We got a push on Millard. Or actually, I believe the push might be a Walkowitz, and Millard's down. So the Hillers are short 2 guys. Big opportunity here for Holliston, but they have quite a bit of work to do. There's a shot, and it's wide. That shot attempt by number 15. Two and a half minutes left to go. Gets it over. Panthers waiting for their moment. McGilligot, wide. Well, one of the penalties burned off, so the Hillers get one of them back. And that shot is blocked. Great save there by Burns off the McGilligot attempt. Hillers have it, and they're in Operation Burn Clock. We get a whistle. Timeout called by the Hillers. 1:59 left to go in this fourth quarter. Hillers up by 7 on HCAM. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Don't forget, coming up, and actually it already has started, the first official Hiller boys volleyball game against Bellingham. Game started at 5:30. It's now live on HCAM. And we have a lot more games next week. Be sure to check our schedule, hcam.tv, to see where we will be and the games that we will have live. Of course, our goal is to bring you all the home action for your Hopkinton Hillers. 1:59 left to go off the Hiller timeout. Good timeout call by Coach Norton. Hillers were about to lose possession there as they were trying to work up the field a little quick. Didn't really have too good of a plan there, so you call the timeout and reorganize, and now the Hillers in Holliston territory. Champlin with it. I can't imagine the Hillers are going to be all that aggressive trying to take a shot here, especially if Holliston's not going to attack. Champlin. Hits it over. There's O'Brien with it. Yeah, they're just kind of burning out the clock here. O'Brien back to Champlin. Under a minute left to go. Nice moves there by Champlin. Yeah, that's what the Hillers want to do here. Just burn out that clock and take a victory in the season opener. Nice TVL large victory. "15 seconds left. Yeah, I'm sure that's why the timeout call was made. Coach Norton just telling them, let's just burn the clock here. We're good. And that is going to do it. The Hopkinton Hillers are going to take it 12-5. A very impressive win to start off the Hiller season. And that is the way you want to start your spring. A nice 12-5 win over your TVLR rival Holliston Panthers. And it was a great team effort today by the Hillers. Nate Burns was terrific in net. The shooting was absolutely miraculous, especially for this time of the year, and the passing right on cue. Very good team win by the Hillers. They're looking like they're ready to go this year. I think they got some big goals, big aspirations, and they want to try to reach the very top. And they certainly have the talent to make some big noise this season. Hopkinton Hillers start off in the win column. They take the victory over the Holliston Panthers by a final score of 12-5. That is just about going to do it for our coverage here today. A big thank you to Joe Frackleton for doing some of the greatest camera work you'll ever see. And for everybody at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, the Hopkinton Hillers defeat the Holliston Panthers in the season opener by a final score of 12-5. We thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.